On this episode of Behind the Screens with Windows Autopatch, we will learn more about the Customer Acceleration team and the FastTrack team that can help you do more with less. So let's start. With a tremendous success of Windows Autopatch adoption over the past few months, we get a lot of great feedback and we get some additional constructive feedback about how we can do more. And therefore, I have invited Bev Ashton from our Customer Acceleration team and Cameron King from our FastTrack team to tell us more about how they can help you do more with the adoption of Autopatch and learn more about the benefits of Autopatch. Bev, let's start with you. You're from the Customer Acceleration team. Do you mind providing a little bit more information about what the Customer Acceleration team does?
Firstly, thanks for inviting us in to have this conversation. It's great to be able to share the work that we're doing here. We work with a broad range of customers globally. My team works with customers from all over the place. And it's great to hear that actually getting onto Autopatch in the first place is really nice and straightforward. The greater challenges we see our customers having are really working out how to adopt the process, how to get comfortable with the speed at which they can deploy it across their environment, and telling us more about more granular controls that they'd like to see within the service as well.
And at what point does your team usually get involved?
The two typical scenarios that we see customers coming to us with are either those that are new to adopting and want to understand how to get used to the process and be confident about working alongside Microsoft, now helping take this workload away from them and returning time to their teams. The other thing we often see is customers that are actually still taking a fairly early step into the cloud journey. So looking to work with us to make sure that we can help make sure that they have the right controls in place, that they're set up for best success, and that they can build that confidence in how the cloud can really deliver them a more secure experience.
The good news is that we are now offering a lot more support for our customers using FastTrack. And for that, I have invited Cameron King to join us to this video and tell us a little bit more about the FastTrack team and how they can help you.
Thanks, Lior. FastTrack is a benefit designed to help customers set up and configure eligible licenses that they have. While FastTrack provides self-service guides that pretty much any customer can use, customers that have 150 or more licenses can work with a FastTrack specialist who can guide them through setting up and configuring their licenses that they own.
Wow! So you're telling me that the FastTrack team can support Autopatch customers with adoption. So how do they get in touch with you guys?
You can request for assistance from FastTrack, and you can work with the FastTrack specialist who will help you onboard to the service and guide you through using the service.
Wow! So can you share, please, a few examples of how the FastTrack team can help our customers with adoption?
Some of the things that we can help customers with, not only onboarding to the service, but there's a readiness assessment tool as you do onboard to the service. We can help customers through any sort of not ready check that comes back as they go through that experience. We can help customers register their devices into the service. And I think you talked a little bit about some of the not ready, not registered checks on the previous episode. We can help customers through those as well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you are a fan of the show and one of our viewers, so thank you for that, Cameron. Bev, with the introduction of the FastTrack support, what does it mean for your team?
One of the things I love about working with FastTrack is the number of customers they help us reach out to. So Cameron's team and the team that I look after work really closely together. FastTrack have an excellent track record of helping customers adopt all sorts of M365 technologies, helping our customers spin things up quickly and addressing the most common questions very effectively. They also work closely with the Customer Acceleration team to help us learn about customers' needs. So we regularly discuss between us what we're hearing in terms of the challenges that need to be overcome, maybe the documentation we need to improve, or indeed Cameron will pull my team in if we find that a customer has a need that can't be met through the regular FastTrack service. So it really enables us to make sure that we're getting the maximum onboarding support to the highest number of customers in the most effective way.
Cameron, back to you. What type of feedback have you been hearing so far?
We heard a lot from customers about wanting more flexibility around updates. And also, we heard from customers, at least I have heard from a couple of customers, that they have one tenant and multiple orgs using that same tenant. So one of the things that we've recently talked about was adding in the ability for what's called business groups to give more flexibility around updates, as well as being able to configure things based off of your org and what you want for your org.
Okay, so connecting the dots. When you hear feedback like this, Bev, is that when your team gets involved?
Sometimes they'll definitely pull us into that conversation so we can dig a little bit deeper. I think Cameron sometimes gets to see these things in themes. So once we've covered a couple of times together, then FastTrack will lead those conversations again so that we can speak to more customers more quickly and gather all of the information in different variations that help us build a more rounded product. But definitely, as we hear those new needs surfacing, we discuss those together and pull in the right resources, whether that's people from my own team or even sometimes bringing the feature PMs directly to the customers to talk about their needs.
This is great. So pretty much with keeping the growth mindset, what does this additional support means for the future of Autopatch?
Yeah, so as I would say that as the product or as the service evolves, new features are brought into the service, and we'll definitely bring those in to our learnings and what we're working with customers on.
We're really excited at the moment to see just how many new customers are onboarding by themselves, even without our support. So making sure that we're creating plenty of opportunities for customers that are asking for help, but also providing more opportunities to customers that may not have thought to reach out to us yet. That combination of FastTrack, customer acceleration team, and the customer communities that we have to make sure that every customer can have a voice and speak to us when they need to is perfect.
And this is a great time to remind you that we are a very agile solution, and we are looking to hear your feedback, to hear more about what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you want to see. For that, please visit our community page at the aka.ms/Autopatch community. This is a great place to communicate with us directly, provide your peace of mind, and let us know how we can serve you better. And it's very important for this episode, and the reason that we're doing this video is to bring the people from behind the screens, the people that actually do the day-to-day job to make sure that the solution meets your standards. And for that is the reason that I invited Cameron and Bev today. But let's finish with something a little bit lighter. Autopatch helps a lot of IT teams drive additional value around the patch management and, of course, increase security. But Bev, if you had one superpower, what would it be?
I think if there's one superpower I would have, both for work and outside of work, it would be to be able to invent more time. If I could add a couple of hours into every day to get a bit more done, if I could spend the time that I spend with my family at the weekend, if I could spend just another hour of daylight before the cold nights come, if there's any way I could just fold a little bit more time in whenever I wanted it, that would be the best superpower to have.
Wow, this is a phenomenal superpower, Bev. Make sure that you share with us some of the learnings once you are able to acquire this type of a superpower. Moving to you, Cameron, what about you? What is the superpower that you would like to have to do more?
I would say, maybe invulnerability, because, it hurts when you stub your toe. Or maybe the ability to fly, because those, lines at the airport are getting pretty long. Though I would say hold the cape. I would probably choose a parka and a beanie instead, because I imagine it'd be pretty cold.
Well, if you do start flying, make sure you come pick me up, and make sure to provide frequent flyer miles, because I'm all about that. With that being said, as usual, we are out of time. So I want to take again a moment to say a huge thank you to Bev Ashton and Cameron King for joining the show today and providing some insights on the customer acceleration team and the FastTrack team. That's a lot of great announcements today, and I am looking forward to hear from you how things works for you and how you are adopted those solutions using our services. With that being said, see you next time. Thank you for watching.